say that, it's still raining for a couple minutes. Oofta. The sun came out. It's been raining all morning. Everything's still wet. But I think this is the break in the weather. I have spent the morning inside, not outside because of the rain. Because of the rain. Sinuses are acting up this morning yet again. Been researching Oldsmobile parts. Need some more stuff to continue with that project. As you saw in yesterday's little vloggy video thingy that we're going to work on that thing. We did some work to it. I still got to finish putting the video together. Of course, apparently I have a couple other videos I have to put together for that too. So I'm not only behind on the Jimmy videos, I'm behind on the Oldsmobile videos. But yeah, it was a good visit out there with Kevin though. We got a lot done, not just for my projects, but did a few things for him as well. So made some forward progress. Got a little bit of a hole in the garage so I can get a little bit more room to spread out. I have to work on getting into that car that's buried back there and possibly pulling that rear end out. So that'll be fun. Don't think I'm going to do that today just because of the weather outside. I'm going to have to pull a lot of stuff outside and I don't want it sitting out there in case it starts to rain, but that might be a good opportunity to clear out some of this stuff, dig into it a little bit more. Hey, good news, the front seal kit showed up for the Olds yesterday for the 350 I got sitting here in my garage. So we can start fiddle farting around with that again. But yeah, been looking at bearings and spindle pieces for that Cutlass, that using the Camaro parts on that. Apparently the spindle itself is the same, the main portion, but the spindle where the bearings ride on, they changed that in 78, I think it was. I don't know what year those parts are, what year car those parts are off of. So I guess the only way to figure that out is to measure the threads for the nut. And I'm guessing I think the bearings are this. I'll have to check that out. Go look at the parts listing, see if the bearings are the same, because I bought bearings for it already. If not, if it's one or the other, found a company that makes a whole kit, bearings, because I don't have the nuts, I don't have the washers, I don't have the, well, cotter pins are easy enough to get, don't have the dust caps. So I'll have to figure that part out. The other issue is we were looking at the tie rods. I've got the outer tie rods, I need the inners, but the factory style, I can't show you on this one, where the tie rod head is, and your ball joint goes this way instead of going this way out on the outers. It goes this way to connect to the center link. And on the factory units, they put the Zerk fittings, you know, here's the flat face right up against the frame. So they put the Zerk fittings on the top or the bottom, so you can, you know, get to it. All the stuff that's made now, they put that Zerk fitting right on the end, so you can't get to it because the frame's right there. Apparently they fit, but you can't grease them. So I found one guy that says, yeah, just buy whichever you can get and then just put a little small 90-degree Zerk fitting on there. So I'll have to go that route. But yeah, buying more parts. I think I got a list in there going, it's almost $300 right now. That's just to get things started. I was going to reuse some of the steering parts off of these two cars that I got, but they're old, they're worn out. I don't know how those fittings just... spend a couple of bucks, get the new ones. That way when I decide to do something with this one, if I go through with that, I've got 2 original sets that I can play around with. So it's still looking a little stormy down to the south there. But the sun is out, it's warming up, things are going to dry out. Storm clouds are actually coming from this direction back here. We might get a little bit more yet. We'll have to wait and see. Good thing I didn't wash the cars the other day. So I have to be careful. Lost the 2 spare batteries for this camera. And we're already down 1 bar on this one, so this battery is going out. I think this is one of the originals. So I lost my 2 good ones out at Kevin's place. Sent him an email this morning, and we were messing around with the cutlass that's out there. You'll see that video. Doing something a little stupid. Not dangerous, but just being idiots. And I lost everything out of my shirt pocket. And my batteries were in there, so I sent him a note this morning and he found them, so hopefully the rain didn't affect them. Shouldn't have, but I'll get them back next time I go out there, so I just have to keep an eye on this one. So like I say, I just turned the camera on, we're already down 1 bar. Normally this battery was good for about an hour, but I'll have to either get those back, and if they go bad, they weren't very expensive, order up another couple of longer life batteries for this thing. So today I'm going to work on messing around in this garage a little bit and clearing some stuff out again. Kind of twofold. I want to be able to get to the olds, and then I want to be able to try to get the olds shoved this way towards me a little bit so I can get that back door open again. The tires have all gone flat on it, and it kind of shifted over to that side. So, ooh, there's the other core support. I think that's going to go out and go on the other car. I need to get that. Get that out to the brother's place. We're also going to get. Do I have? Trying to think here. I know I've got wheels over there. I need to start working on prepping those. I don't think I have enough with tires on them. Although this car, I can take the wheels and tires from under it. They don't hold air very well. They're definitely not drivable. They're heavily weather checked, but they would work to move that chassis around. I was thinking that, well, a car that's over there now is just sitting on 4 wheels and tires, but they're 14-inch, and once I put the bigger brakes on it, the 14-inch wheels won't fit. That's why I have to upgrade to the 15. Oh, the dilemmas of a car person, huh? So yeah, I've got wheel. I forgot that those don't have tires on. I've got a couple over there with tires on them. We will make it work. I've got 2 spare 14s with snow tires on them at Kevin's place right now. I mean, they might go on the back if we don't put the drums on, if they don't fit. So I'll have to plan that. I'll have to see what I got in the car corner there. They may have 4 of them with tires on them. I don't think I do, though. Maybe it's just the one. So anyway, if anything, I got 4 wheels and tires here that, like I said, they'll hold air for a couple of days. So, but the tires are junk. If we air them up, we're not going to air them up much. Be worried about them blowing out. So, but I didn't do anything out here yesterday. So the little S15 is still it's still sitting here. I did a few things on it then previous night, if I can do this without dropping it, the grill is built up. I even got the little GMC emblem in there. I'm going to go around the edges of it with some black, just because it's a little too chrome, as you can see there on the sides of the emblem. So that turned out quite well. Painted the headlight area silver. Those should be chrome, but I got the turn signal lenses painted on the bumper. The front lights, I got the corner markers painted. Thinking I might get my smoke spray can out somewhere, and I'm going to tint the back window. So yeah, we got a few things to do today. We're going to putter with this half of the garage first though, and just kind of clear things up. And I got some bits for the Jimmy showing hopefully today, maybe Monday. It's a pretty large box, long, so other than that, I'm gonna go ahead and pause this thing and get to work. And yeah, kind of back to our usual routine. What is today? Day 18. Boeing did announce that they're reopening Everett and Moses Lake, Renton and Moses Lake, for limited operations to support the defense projects. I don't think they're doing anything with the tankers. I think it's just, maybe it is, I can't remember now. Tanker and P8, and then Moses Lake for all the 37s we've got parked over there with the no-fly order on that model. So, but nothing for me yet. So, okay, let's turn the radio on and let's get to moving stuff around. Alrighty, we're making a bigger mess than we need to be, but I'll do a little side project here. Digging through some boxes. Don't remember when I bought these, but maybe I bought them for this truck. Got new taillight lenses. Pretty sure I don't think I bought them for this truck because these aren't cracked. I know the Jimmys have a crack on them. This one, other than being all sun bleached, but got some crackage down here. We're just going to go ahead and replace them. So, 4 screws, undo the bolts, transfer over the chrome bits. No worries there. Maybe even get the Neverdoll up and just hit them real quick. And the problem is I only see one gasket, so hopefully I can salvage a gasket on the other side. I'm going to start with that side, because that's the bad one. If that goes well, maybe that gasket is still good. I can go on to this one, because like I said, I don't see any cracks on it, but quick little simple project. Taillights are swapped, all nice and shiny and pretty, and just get a real quick polish on the rings. They're not perfect, but this side has some issues. You can see the gap there. I was looking at it. There's a definite distance. And these are nice and flush. So I don't know if this thing got bumped in the back corner. There's a dent here. So I don't know, maybe it got bumped this way or by hitting that. I mean, it's not a major dent. But everything's tweaked just a little bit. This lens, when you run it in up here, it kind of, you could hear it creaking as it twisted, so I don't know, maybe someday we'll get in there and see if we can pull that out at all. Or that could just be the way that this thing was put together. Just a 70s designed, 80s built, late 90s or early 90s sold GM truck, so Alrighty, I'm gonna show you this here. It's probably a good thing that I did swap these out, because that's nasty. So these are going in the garbage, right in the recycle bin. So, alrighty, back to garage cleanup. Woohoo! Still not making a whole lot of progress in the garage. The UPS guy just showed up, or FedEx, excuse me, FedEx. Dropped off a package that I had ordered. And rather than throw it in the garage, I just put it on. So we have off-road lights on the Judy. Cool. They're not wired up. All the wirings right there. We'll play with that some other time. I'm going to figure out what to do with the switch. If I'm even going to run this switch, where did I put it? Oh, right there. So it actually has this backing plate that not really interested in using. Well, I guess I could mount it like so, but that's in the way. It's drilling more holes. So I popped the switch out of the back, and I'd like to do maybe more of a toggle flip switch. But I thought maybe if I drill and clear out a hole underneath the headlight. Excuse me, it's not the virus. Either there or up here. Let's see if I have room back there. Just a little bit cleaner, a little bit neater. This thing here, I'm just not. It's all metal down here. I'd rather go into plastic. So, trials and tribulations, but we'll figure that out down the road. Maybe later today we'll come out and we'll at least just route the wiring, because I do have the ends off the lights up there that are just loose. I'll give you all sorts, and that's going to be a power. It's got a fuse on it. Of course, this one's got a fuse on it too. Blue and green. I don't know, I'll have to look at it. And then 4 whites. Hopefully it's enough wiring. So we shall see. But like I said, that's not a project for right now. We're still cleaning out some stuff in the garage. I don't know if we're going to make as much progress today as I hoped to, but we'll do what we can. I was also noticing the front wheels, the right front has a lot more brake dust on it than the left front. So I don't know, caliper's hanging up a little bit or what, but I noticed when I got on the brakes a couple of times driving out to Granite Falls yesterday, it seemed to want to pull a little bit, so I'll just have to keep an eye on that. This thing may need another brake flush and more parts. But we're driving her. Okay, back to the garage. Whew, we've been waking over on the far side of the Oldsmobile, and it's kind of clear. What a mess. This is my shower backing that I have yet to install. So I've got her wedged over here now. It was blocking more of that door. I'm kind of giving up on even using that door anymore. I wanted to show you though on this thing. I noticed this on the green car, but you know, this thing's been sitting in my garage for how long? It's been neglected all these years. There's no sag in the door hinges. It closes. It just no creaking, no groaning. Just nice, solid, not rattly. And back when they used to know how to build a car, as it's sitting here in a junk status in my garage. So why am I not building this one? Some of you newer people may be asking. Well, this quarter panel was reskinned, so it's got tons of Bondo in it. You can see it's pretty thick there. I mean, it's fixable, but we're rotten down here. I don't know if they went all the way down or that's just the new stuff that's going to hell. This one also has a hole cut in the roof for a sunroof. And you can get a new roof panel for these things, but it's expensive and it's a lot of work. And for basically the same price as a new roof panel, I bought the whole other car. But this one has worse driver floor than the other car. This one's got, I don't know if you can see it, there's a couple of pinholes there. But I may have a plan for this car. This one may go back on the road too. But we're not going to do a lot of cosmetic fixing, let's just say. Well, his battery's almost dead already. Haven't even charged it. Hardly even used it. So, on the positive side, I came across all the parts I was looking for the 84. Oh, there's my tape measure. Let's not lose that. I found a lot of stuff over here. I tend to spread things out. I got a box full of wiring here that needs to go. I've got some shelf space up there that I can utilize. Throw some things on. So, but, here's the upholstery for the seat. Sound insulation. Carpeting is back there still. These should be the reverse shackles for the rear, and these are for the front shackle kit. Greasable and stronger. And I've got sanding discs here. I'll just throw them down in the car there. Gonna need those eventually. So, yeah. Now I gotta try to get everything back in here. I got this old Lincoln arc welder unit here that I need to do something with. I've never heard it run. Supposedly it does run, but I dropped it when I unloaded it and I broke the manifold, but I came with a bunch of spare parts, so there's another manifold sitting up there. Should drag that thing out and see what we can do with it. Bag of screws, let's put that in with that stuff. But supposedly it's extremely noisy, but it does run. So, the old Link Welder 225. It's been sitting here for years. Those tires are shot. Of course, they weren't very good when I got it, but that battery's toast, I'm sure. I think it's dual battery. But I should try to air up those tires a little bit and drag that thing out this summer. Whew. But we got to the other side of the car. I got trim wood sitting here just going to crap. That's the carpet kit there. We'll grab that. I need two hands. Bunch of signs, floor mats. What a pile of junk. That's okay. We'll get her figured out. We got some room back here. We can stash some stuff. Again, this is not the best shelving unit, but it seems to be working. I don't remember if that was given to me or if it came with the house, but that's kind of where all the Oldsmobile parts were going. A little ammo can down here. What's in this? Probably wires. Open it. I'll put you all there for a sec. This is one of the metal ones. Oh, that's all that was in it. Whew. Smells funny. So I think that's going to go in the garbage. Got myself an authentic ammunition can from when I served in the Air Force. Drag this thing out and put it to use for something. So, alrighty, I'm going to go plug this camera in. I think I mentioned earlier, got an email from Kevin. He did find those batteries. I think we got the bearing issue figured out for the front spindles too, so looks like they're a later model. There's two different spindles. They split the, I think 78 was a transition year. And they went to a bigger outer wheel bearing. The inners stayed the same. So I think we got that figured out just by going through the measurements he gave me using some calipers, and I finally found some different sizes and part numbers so I could mix and match that stuff. So hopefully those rotors are the right ones, though. We'll see. Anywho, let me get this camera plugged in because this battery's fading fast. The few videos I've made today, it's the only time I've used this thing, and battery's almost dead. So, okay. We'll bring it back maybe when we get the garage all cleaned back up. Ooh, it's getting late. Does that say 8:57? Oh, 8:28. Okay, I'm trying to read it backwards. We've been working on the wall. I've been working on lots of stuff, but you can see the quarter panel of the olds on this side now. Holy cow. Yeah. Hanging a couple of signs. I gotta go get some nails. I got some out in the shed, but I'm not gonna go get them right now. Got a couple more signs to put up there. Rehung all the hubcaps. It's off the 88 Crown Vic I used to have when I first kind of started this channel. When I first bought this house, I had that car. Old cop car. It's off a Seville from the junkyard. Grabbed it because it was, I don't know, just nice. Got the old crest in the middle there. That's a trim ring off of the 84 Chev. Little beat. Might not be though, it almost looks a little small. So, there's the beat hubcap off the Eldorado. You can see all the curb rash that was up there, and the whole center section is bent. So the thing did this when it went down the road, wobbled. So lucked out, found a parts car that had multiple pieces of good hubcaps. So I took them all apart, and you can disassemble these things. They're layered. So I think I bought those for the Crown Vic because I was going to the dog dish style, getting rid of the full face hubcaps. And they didn't fit because I got 3 more of them here too. So, and then that was in a set of hubcaps that I bought. I'm trying to find a decent set, and it's an original wheel cap for the 84 Chev. There's a center cap for the 94. It's one of the leftovers from the Jimmy build. Threw a new sticker on it and thought it, hanging on the wall. These are both junkyard Oldsmobile hubcaps. This was off a 79 Supreme 4-door, 78, 79. The whole car was this gold color. And this was off of a mid-80s Cutlass Supreme 2-door in the junkyard. So that's a junkyard grill that I bought. But it turned out to be not very good, but I got good emblems off of it. Those are the old emblems from something else that I bought, but I found a better set. The original grill for the 84. That's the original grill from the Blue Jimmy. So I threw it up there as well. That's what we're working on at Kevin's place, getting the frame out there to this condition. Probably won't have the motor and trans in it like I'd like to, but still be kind of fun to get the suspension done. So, it is dark outside. I have a whole bunch of stuff sitting outside still. I got to get into the garage for the night. We're still very messy, but I've gotten rid of a lot of stuff. Kind of hard to tell. The back of Cletus is, well, it's not full, but there's a lot of junk back there. But we're slowly shifting this way. I still have room where I can walk on the other side there, so I can put boxes of Jimmy stuff together, that things I don't quite want to toss yet, although I'll probably never use them. And I can get them on the shelves on that side. Actually, I need to go through that stuff up there too and see what anything up there can be relocated. So let me do a little more cleaning up, and we'll bring you back for the closeout. So stay tuned. Alrighty, it is 9:05 in the p.m. and this garage looks just as bad as ever. But we're actually making progress. Got a bigger hole down there. So tomorrow, back at it again. That's how I'll spend my Easter Sunday, is out here in the garage. I think I'm going to try to get this plywood moved to the other side of the car. There's room over there, I just didn't do it today. And then that'll give me full access to this side of the car. Quite a few of these parts here need to be gone through, and I can consolidate and throw some stuff on that far side there. Those two boxes down on the bottom there, those are the bits for the 84. So we actually made some progress. I got a bunch of stuff in the back of Cletus right now. I gotta slowly work on getting that into the recycle bin as space permits over the next however long. Recycle goes every 2 weeks. Just went this last week, so next week bin will stay full. Go out the following week. Of course, some of that stuff will migrate into the garbage can too. So yeah, what a mess, but we're actually making progress. So I'm going to end this thing now. We didn't do anything with the model today, but maybe tomorrow if we get this done early enough. But yeah, I'm going to end this thing now. Y'all have a fantastic evening, or morning, or afternoon, or whenever you're watching this. And we will catch you all in the next one. What's tomorrow? Day 20? 19. Today's 18? I think today's 18. So, gotta get inside, get this. Of course, by the time you see this, it'll have been yesterday.